Hello, I'm Peter Towers, Managing Director of ESS BIZTOOLS. Welcome to Accountant's Minute. Survival in difficult times. I think that's a fairly appropriate title for the challenges that everyone in Australia, and indeed every person in the world, is going through at present. In some respects, Australia might claim that we had it a bit harder in farming and businesses because we had a disastrous drought, and in some parts of Australia that's still continuing. Then we had bushfires, floods, and a cyclone or two. And then on top of that, of course, we've got this horrible virus, coronavirus. The Prime Minister has called it the biggest challenge in 100 years. That takes us back to just after the end of the First World War, when the Spanish flu epidemic caused a lot of problems around the world. In fact, it's claimed that over 50 million people lost their lives. The enormity of the current problem was really brought home to me last night when I read in The Australian that Qantas were going to discontinue international flights from the end of March. Qantas, our international airline, you see them throughout the world, will not be leaving Australian shores after the end of March. For how long? No one knows. But I think that's highlighting the problem we've got. The seriousness is also evident by the fact that the Australian government has seen fit to invite the premiers of the states and the chief ministers of the two territories to join in a national cabinet for consideration of issues relative to this crisis. The Survival in Difficult Times package will assist you as accountants, business advisors or bookkeepers to be able to offer real business mentoring advice in addition to compliance advice that you may normally offer to your clients in this time that they will have significant need for advanced financial guidance and advice for their businesses. The Prime Minister has indicated that this problem will last at least 6 months, and some commentators believe it could extend beyond that date. So the whole of winter we are going to have this problem of the coronavirus hanging over our heads. The Australian, state and territory governments have already announced various loans and grants that are available for farmers and businesses that suffered through the natural disasters that I referred to earlier. And there's loans of up to $250,000, grants up to $125,000 by some states, with grants ranging from around $25,000, $50,000, $75,000 and $125,000. The Australian government has also announced an initial coronavirus business package, which we discussed last week. And it is rumoured that next week, when Parliament is meeting in Canberra, for the first time with a lot smaller quorum of members of Parliament present, first time that's ever happened in Australia apparently, so that they will have the bare numbers that are needed to pass this new legislation. So we're looking for additional support packages to be available for businesses next week. And we'll present another video to update you on what those developments are all about. So things are changing quickly. The key message I want to get to you straight away, though, is I think number one priority is to make sure your clients have completed their loan or grant applications that they may be eligible to apply for, and to have completed whatever application process is implemented for the coronavirus packages that the federal government has already announced some of, and undoubtedly next week is going to announce more. And don't forget the states and territories. At the time of this broadcast, Queensland and the Northern Territory have released coronavirus packages, but I understand from press releases that the New South Wales, Western Australia and South Australian governments have also made decisions on substantial coronavirus packages to support small and medium-sized businesses. I anticipate that those governments will be releasing those details to their websites in the near future, and we will then be updating our articles on those programs within the ESS BIZTOOLS Survival in Difficult Times product package. The next thing that you would do is, if you were working with our product package for survival in difficult times, is you would then move into the financial analysis, looking at things like benchmarking, the costs of operation, the wastage, the rejects, the reworks, cash flow position, debtors analysis, stock analysis, work in progress analysis. And all of those types of matters are going to be very important if you are going to be able to give clear chief financial officer type advice to your clients and to their teams. And remember that a lot of your clients and their management teams are probably going to be working at home, if what the newspaper reports are saying are correct. And you will need to communicate with them using products like Zoom or Skype, and then following through with them. What you will be able to do with the Survival in Difficult Times product package is email the workbook questionnaires, and there's 40 components of the questionnaire, some of which go for 2 or 3 pages. And then there's a link to the business evaluation for SMEs, which is a reference library of information pertaining to those questions on a particular subject. So that will educate your client and the client's management team on various aspects. But don't let this drag on over a 6-month period. Try to get it back quickly. 2 weeks. Get it back from the client, analyze it, prepare a summary, and then send the client back that summary and suggest that you have a meeting by Zoom or Skype to discuss the issues, so that the management team can agree on a strategy, what you're going to do. Because it's going to be very important that you work hard to keep these clients alive in their business, looking at the opportunities. And there's going to need to be some changes to the way most businesses have traditionally operated, because it would appear there's not going to be the walk-in customers or the walk-in visitors to offices. People are retreating to their private residences, and then it's going to be up to you as a trusted advisor to get them to communicate with you so that work can go on. Because if you don't get the work going on, you're not going to be able to bill fees. So hopefully this product package will give you a very legitimate reason and a very opportune reason in the minds of your clients to be talking to them about what they should be doing in their business to sustain their business, to survive this downturn. And unfortunately, the Prime Minister is just using the best advice that he's currently being given. No one knows. No one's been through this before. Whether 6 months is a realistic estimate of how long this problem's going to last. It might last longer. I hope not, but it might. And we all need to be aware of that. As part of the product package that we have produced, Survival in Difficult Times product package, we're including some additional information. Until the 30th of September, our subscribers to that package are going to receive our monthly newsletter called Business Plus that ESS BIZTOOLS produces, and we send it to our subscribers who rebadge it with their own names and send it to their clients. A lot of the themes over the next 6 months are going to be built around this concept of surviving in business. So we've decided that we will make that subscription available as part of this package, so that if you agree to be one of our subscribers, you will be able to use that to help your communication process during this very difficult period with your clients. And the other major initiative we've made is to create a weekly survival video, because I think communications is going to be very, very important for your clients and also for you. We have 10 affiliates within ESS BIZTOOLS who you're going to hear a lot more about if you continue to watch our videos during this year. And these are people who supply various services or products to accountants. Some of them are former accountancy practitioners, a bit like myself, who are today consulting to accountants all over Australia. And we've banded together to develop some products. And one of the initiatives is to offer, as part of this subscription package, a weekly survival video. We'll go for about an hour. And we're going to invite our subscribers to submit questions for discussion by the panel, so you can get the views. And we're going to look at the various issues that are arising, look at some of the initiatives of the governments around Australia, and try to give you some information that you can then communicate to your clients. Because quite frankly, I think you should be doing the same thing. You should be producing videos and webinars to send to your clients. Many of them who might be trying to operate from home, they might not have proper home offices there. They might be looking for a bit of a distraction, hearing from their accountant, talking to them about real-time issues. And only talk to them about tax if it's vitally important, would be my suggestion. So in these videos, we're going to have an expert panel that are going to communicate to you on things like human resources, what's going on relative to your employees and the coronavirus. But what about workplace health and safety issues and Fair Work Australia issues? And I think you can take for granted there's going to be issues in both of those areas out of coronavirus as this problem rolls on. What's the situation if 2 or 3 of your employees agree that they're going to work out of one of their houses rather than out of their own houses? Is there any workplace health and safety issues or insurance issues? I think there might be. And we're going to ask our expert, Jordan Lowry, Managing Director of Blackstone Business Services, to comment on that next week. Leadership, directors, management teams, what should they be doing now in this period where it might be a bit difficult to do other things, but getting the company or the business in a good starting position to jump out of the blocks as soon as this crisis is over. Budgets and cash flow forecasts are going to be very important. Predicting what's going to happen so that the business is able to talk to banks or perhaps even think about trying to raise some other finance. Marketing. I think marketing is going to be very important, but probably a bit different to the way it's been traditionally handled as we go into this difficult period of time. social media. I think it's going to be very important. Some SMEs have really adopted social media, so LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, etc. But others have ignored it or thought it was not for them. I think most of your clients are really going to have to face up to it. And what's your firm's social media policy? And what are you going to do with your social media sites over this next 6-month period? Thinking outside the square is also going to be very important. And one of our affiliates who's involved in the outsource industry is going to talk to you about a whole range of issues to make you think and understand what else might be able to be done. Training is going to be important. Training of your team, especially if some of them have to go into self-isolation for 2 weeks. Might be a great time to do some training exercises. Perhaps you need some prompting to have some training packages available for them that they can use. One of our affiliates will be talking about that. Financing. We have an affiliate who was a bank manager some years ago, but for the last 15 years he's operated a financial business, and he's going to share his thoughts on a whole range of financing products that are out there and what you could be then talking to your clients about. And another part of financing is to look at what opportunities some of your clients might have to be able to raise capital utilising Section 708 of the Corporations Act, crowdsource funding, equity raising, or someone who's just developed a new product, process or service might be able to utilise early stage innovation companies. So that's the overview of what we have packaged together to form our Survival in Difficult Times workbook and associated products. You can subscribe for this total package for $92 per month, including GST, or you can take advantage of an upfront discount offer. If you pay the upfront fee of $990, including GST now, you'll save a bit of money and you'll have access to the full product package. Or you could subscribe to the ESS BIZTOOLS Gold package, which includes the Survival in Difficult Times package. The monthly payments, $261.20 per month, including GST, or you can obtain a upfront discount price for $2,970. Why don't you now go on to www.essbiztools.com.au/survival in difficult times/learn more and have a look at the total support material that we have produced to give you a clear overview of what this product package is all about. If you've got any questions after all that research, please send me an email, peter@essbiztools.com.au, and we will get back to you within a couple of days with our reply. I look forward to welcoming you and your colleagues as subscribers to ESS BizTools. But to all of you, in all seriousness, and some of you watching this video might not be accountants, business advisors or bookkeepers. In fact, I can nearly hear some of you saying, thank goodness we're not. But to all of you watching this, if you're in business or if you're an employee, we're all going to go through a very difficult period. Good luck, and try to keep positive through this whole process. Have a great day. Goodbye.